So in this video we're going to be talking about just keep walking away at life and keep going. So I'm a little bit tired, honestly, tiny bit tired, so this video I might seem a little bit tired. I'm gonna try my best to be energetic as I can. Anyways, so this video topic is going to be just keep walking away, keep adding one brick a day to your life. So today I basically wanted to talk about life and how to keep going and how life progress usually goes and how you need to deal with life and do your progress itself. So let's have a little brief introspection, I suppose. So let's think about life. Life is very long yet short, and in life usually what you want is you want to effectively make progress all the time, every day if you can. And that's where like this comes in, just keep walking away at it, add one brick a day. So basically this analogy of Rome wasn't built in a day, that's said a lot of times, or the best time to plant trees now, or and at the end of the day nothing was really built in a day, like a large business, any kind of success, it's not built in a day. A good body, I feel like going to the gym is a perfect example of this. Going to the gym, you cannot build a good body at the gym in a day. It will take you years if you're natural. Even if you take steroids, it will still take you months at the very least, if you even succeed, if you're training properly, eating properly. So again, you need to have these building blocks in place to achieve something great. And there's to success, for example, there's many different ways to achieve it, and the different ways you achieve it, they have different foundations that you need to build before you can achieve that success. And I think a lot of people maybe try to get quick success or things like that, I notice, but the thing is, the faster you go up, the faster you usually fall, because you didn't have time to kind of develop yourself as you go along your journey of success. Is usually quick success doesn't last, though sometimes it does last. It depends on the person, if the person is developed. If it's like you've been working for years and then you suddenly have quick compound effect success, that's different, because you've actually built a lot of solid experience and useful things for your life where you can definitely handle the success better and keep going, because you actually have the information and the knowledge needed to handle it. So I think in that case it can work, but a lot of times if you just become successful or you win the lottery or whatever, these people fall very fast because they don't know how to handle the situation and the money and all that. So that's where a lot of people have a downfall, and that's why you kind of need to have this mindset of keep hacking away at it every day. Like you build a house in, depending how big it is, for example, let's take a small cabin, you could maybe build it in, let's say 3 to 6 months, maybe. It really depends how big it is, but let's just take it as an analogy. Let's say it takes 6 months to build a cabin, okay, a small cabin. You're going to be hacking away at that every day, and at some point you're going to have enough bricks laid, or in this case maybe trees, that you're going to have the cabin built. But again, it's going to take time and you can't rush the process. You have to go through it. Again, same thing with the gym. You have to wait and go through the process. You can't rush the process. It's the same thing with success and a lot of other things in life. And you kind of need to learn this patience of life and just waiting for things to happen as they naturally happen, and letting things go as they naturally do. Because if you don't let things naturally happen and wait for your success to happen, if it's going to happen, sometimes it's not going to happen, but when it does, you should be prepared for it anyway. And sometimes life might even take away from you. It might crumble you completely, where basically life is very harsh, and sometimes you might be building something and then maybe just the sea comes in and it just swipes away your entire house that you built just now. And what are you gonna do in that situation at the end of the day? You can rebuild. So you're going to have to go again, brick by brick, day by day. It's gonna be painful, yes, to go through it again. But that's how life is. Sometimes life comes and crumbles everything you have and you have to rebuild. But at the end of the day, what other option do you have other than to rebuild your life, unless you just want to give up? But I don't really see any point in giving up in life on anything. What's the point? You might as well go again. For example, for me, I've had to rebuild some things in my life, like this YouTube channel. I actually did multiple YouTube channels before, so technically I've rebuilt this YouTube channel or done multiple channels already, and each time I started at 0 subscribers, and then I had to regrow it again and make new videos and re-release videos maybe. I actually had an old channel that has less subscribers than this one that I made, and now I started this channel at 0, and now I'm doing better. But again, you have to rebuild. And a lot of people experience this in social media platforms. For example, you get banned and you have to make a new account, so you lose all your progress and you have to restart to an extent. People will still obviously know you and follow you and find your new account, but it's an example of sometimes life might just come in and crumble something you have and you have to rebuild it. And you kind of have to deal with that situation, but you have to build it brick by brick and be patient and understanding of life. That's just nature of life, where nature is going to sometimes change things just in your life. And the whole point of the world is that the world changes, and you cannot avoid change. Without change, if you're not willing to change, you're going to stagnate, or you're not going to achieve anything in life. If you don't change, you have to change. You have to be willing to adapt and change with life as life goes on. That's the whole point of life, is improving and changing for the better. So at some point you will be a much better person. I don't believe in a natural limit for anything, whether it's at the gym, for what humans can build at the end of the day. I don't believe there's a limit. I don't believe there's a limit for the mental capacity we have to an extent. As in, like, what can we learn, how much can we develop ourselves mentally. You can go on forever with a lot of these things. And I think at the end of the day, there's a lot you can take away from that, just knowing that there's no natural limit for you technically. Nobody has said there's a natural limit for us. We can go on forever till the day we pass away, basically. So you can keep improving yourself till the day you're gone from this earth. And think about that. You can basically go on forever if you really want to try it and become an insane best version of yourself. Obviously, as you age, some things you can't maybe improve anymore. Like maybe going to the gym, you can't really improve it anymore because your body is becoming fragile and aging. So there's a cap in that, I suppose. But you can still maintain a good level or be the best self you can be at any age. Let's say you're 80 years old, you can still stay very fit and strong if you just keep at it. So your goal can be reaching your natural limit at 80 years old and being the best self at 80 years old, being as strong as possible, maintaining as much muscle and strength as possible. Or maybe try learning new things, and as the world progresses and things change, there's always something new you can learn. Even when you're older, you can learn something new. Like maybe it's a new technology that you didn't know about or something like that. And I think a lot of people cap themselves in this box where they don't want to change or learn new things, especially old people do that. They don't really want to learn new things or change. I feel like there's a lot of this mindset going where old people, for example, are very resistant to change, and they're very not understanding of technology and things like that, even though they could learn it, but they just don't really bother learning it, which is kind of funny in a sense, because the whole point of life is learning new things and adapting and changing with the world. But obviously, as the young people come in, those people usually learn the new things. But I think this new generation anyway is better at adapting to change and learning new things because of technology we have now and access to infinite knowledge on the internet. And because of that, you can learn literally anything you want if you really want to learn it. I think that's something people should take as a key takeaway, is there's an infinite knowledge out there for you to learn from and to access in your own brain even. There's an infinite intelligence that you can access, which you can learn from. This is talked about in Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Great book, I would recommend reading. He talks about the infinite intelligence and that supplying you with ideas. So when you access the infinite intelligence, you can get ideas for your creative passions and things like that you're doing. That's how we get these crazy ideas and everything. Or that's the way he tries to explain it anyway. And avoiding like drifting in life. And that's where you stagnate, and when you start drifting and doing stupid things instead of working on yourself and things like that. But anyways, the whole point of this video is progress, and just keep at it every day, because if you keep adding even one brick a day, whatever your brick is, it could be a follower, it could be a subscriber, it could be, I don't know, one sale. Like, keep adding one brick a day, and eventually those bricks compound and you will have a Rome built, basically, in your own way, whatever your success is. And that was the whole key takeaway of this video, is to build your Rome, you're going to have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations, which is going to take some effort from you, but at the end of the day, just keep at it every day and try to do your best. And don't avoid change, adapt and overcome things and learn new things all the time. Don't think there's a natural limit for you. Thank you for watching the video, and if there's a will, there's a way.